What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Today, I'm going to give you guys my reaction on a very unique piece from Hot Toys. It's called the Avengers Mech line, and it's a Black Panther figure that kind of looks a bit like a Transformer to me. So, I don't know anything about this. I want to open it up. I want to take a look at the pictures with you guys and give you my reaction. But if you guys like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's get into it. Okay, everybody, so welcome back. So again, we've got a unique piece here to quickly look at today, and I'm going to keep this video relatively short, but this is a Hot Toys artist collaboration piece. Now, the interview was done by Hot Toys on their Facebook page, so I definitely recommend you read through that description and kind of that interview, because Hot Toys actually asks the creator, his name is Adi Granoff, some of his artistic interpretation, where he got his idea and concepts from, and kind of what the plans for his artistry pieces look like for the future. It's an interesting article on the Hot Toys Facebook page. I don't necessarily want to read it to you guys, but it is there, so check that out. What I'd really like to do is give you kind of my quick thoughts on this figure specifically, because again, it's kind of unique. Like, I haven't seen anything like this. Now, I know as a Hot Toys collector that there are going to be people out there that look at this and immediately go, what the hell is that? Why do I care? Why do I even want it? Sure, 100%. I totally get you, to be honest. I'm not one of those people specifically, but I'm not sure that this is going to come to my collection here at the Ben Thomas Show. But I have to say, I'm kind of impressed, even still. Now, there are those folks out there also who have said that Hot Toys is becoming kind of like the next Hasbro line, right? That the pieces aren't necessarily limited, and I don't think that this release necessarily does Hot Toys any favors, because it kind of does resemble like a Hasbro Transformers-esque style piece. But I get that there are artistic representations in the world that should be shared, and this looks kind of cool. Now, of course, this is an artist piece. This is not the figure itself. But when you pull up the figure itself, okay, like, it kind of looks cool. I'm not going to lie. If you're an Iron Man fan, the artist here says that he worked on some of the artistry and concept designs for some of the Iron Man pieces that exist out there. So I can see why this resembles kind of a mech suit style Black Panther. Why they decided to give this to us now is interesting, for sure. Maybe it's just this is how long it took. It's finally come out of the oven, and it's ready for pre-order. Will I get this piece in my hands? I don't know. Let's look at some more photos. I like the way it shines. I like what the paint apps look like on it here. This is the standout component for me, though. The fact that you can have both of these displayed. If you're a Transformers fan, specifically, maybe a Beast Wars fan from back in the day, like I was, this to me feels like Beast Wars style transforming, which I kind of dig. I like that a lot. And when you look at the picture on the left, as kind of that, you know, museum pose that we get a chance to have in our displays pretty consistently, I think that looks cool. The fact, though, that you can convert this guy into the Panther mode itself, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. And for the people who this is for, I can 100% see people getting two of these bad boys. Because I don't know if I had a Hot Toy in my collection that could convert, how I would really choose which one I wanted to display. They're both really cool iterations, and they're so vastly different that having two in your collection actually wouldn't be a crazy concept, with the exception of, unfortunately, likely the price. That could be a deterrent for some folks. Now, I've seen people already in the groups in the comments saying that this is going to be a piece that hits bargain bin. This is going to be a piece that sits forever. It's interesting to me that they didn't make this more of a limited offering, like we've seen even with the D100 Iron Man Mark 7 recently, right? I hate to say it, but rarity creates collectability, and it creates more of a passion for projects like this. When I say I don't think this is for everybody, I'm not lying. I don't think this is for everybody. So make it limited. Make it something that only a certain amount of people can get their hands on, and if you get it in your collection, it can be a little bit more special, a little bit more standout, a little bit more of like an artistic representation of the Black Panther within your collection. Because otherwise I would fear that this may actually sit for a period of time and not necessarily promote Hot Toys' confidence that they should make more pieces like this in the future. Even though this might not be for me specifically, there might be another character out there that I would think this type of design could be really cool with. But I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. And I don't want to bash this so badly, and I don't want the community to bash this so badly, that we never get another opportunity to see other forms of this. Now, I just think that the way that they've displayed this here is eye-catching. I think it's also interesting that Hot Toys has actually converted their background on their Hot Toys page to display this. So clearly they are excited about it over there as well. You can see that this guy in figure format anyways is approximately 35 centimeters tall. So that is a little bit taller obviously than the standard Black Panther figure you see. And you can see kind of the silhouetted version of what a normal figure would look like. So this is a big boy for sure. But so is Iron Man, when you think about it, right? I mean, Iron Man is a man in a suit. I think that this is meant to look kind of like a man in a suit. Although, when he goes down to Panther form, I don't know how that would make sense if there's a man in there. So maybe he's just a big boy because it's concept art, and that's just the way she goes, right? The way she goes. I still like it. I still think it's cool, and I think that in certain displays, it could look really cool, especially if you have a Hall of Armor type setup. Might not go with your Iron Man, but it could go near it. I think that that could be really, really cool. What else does this guy come with? I think the rock base that it's displaying with looks pretty cool. I like the shield. Those purple plastic bits, I think it's going to depend on how it actually looks on the figure once you get it in hand. I think sometimes plastic bits like that can cheapen a figure just a little bit. I don't know what else they would use, to be honest. But I think painted die cast would look cooler. I don't love plastic if we can avoid it in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, this is pretty neat. Posability wise, it actually looks really good. It looks like it's got a pretty broad range of movement as well, which I would hope for, especially since it converts into a panther. But again, we're so used to having Hot Toys figures that have very, very limited posability. So this is also kind of cool. I'm digging that. The spear looks cool. Again, some of that plastic on the end. Don't totally love that. But they are advertising this figure as a die-cast piece. So I would imagine that there are significant components here that are die-cast. I wish Hot Toys would start giving us a die-cast map with every figure. When they say there's die-cast in it, show us where it is, so we can be excited about it. Because if it ends up just being like the joints and a couple panels here and there, to me, it's not really die-cast. When I think of a die-cast figure, I think of my Mark 7, where when I pick that bad boy up, he's heavy, beefy, he's cool. I want this guy, if I was going to get him in my collection, to feel exactly the same way. I want those claws on his feet to be sharp and freaky feeling, you know? Like, 100%. It needs to be die-cast maps provided with figures like this, I think, going forward. Very cool. Very, very cool. I even see some of the writing now on the armor, seeing the pictures closer up. That looks really cool as well. I wonder if you shine a black light on this guy, if that will highlight just a little bit more, similar to the original Black Panther release. I bet it would. I bet that would shine up real cool. I like the Panther display though. I really do. I think that would be a really cool figure just to have in the collection. If you only got one, I'd be tempted to leave it in Panther mode. Even maybe beside a T'Challa, right? It could be kind of his like mechanized Panther companion. I think that could be a cool display, to be honest. LED light up function. I'm not seeing anywhere here that says USB. So I'm thinking it's probably battery, unfortunately. Here's kind of a picture of everything this guy comes with. Again, you see the alternate display options there. Obviously, the shield, the sword, multiple hand pieces, and a relatively basic figure stand. It is that kind of odd shaped base, so some people are going to like it, some people won't. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger to hold the die cast, the weight of that figure. So that makes sense. But here we go. That's it. I just wanted to give you guys my off-the-cuff reaction. This is the first time I've been able to pull this up today and actually take a quick look at it. Is this for me? Probably not. But I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Is this a figure you guys are going to pick up? Why or not? Are you going to think about picking up maybe 1, 2 figures, have them in both display modes? Or are you like, heck no, unless this hits bargain bin, there is absolutely no way I'm interested. I'd like to hear from you guys down below. But if you guys like the video, hit the like button for me, smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.